Oh, we had the referee boss come out and say the BK sending off was a bit harsh, but he thought that the other calls were right. You're sort of satisfied with what he's come out and said, and have you had a chance to speak to him yourself?
No, I didn't speak to the referees boss. That's David's role within the club. So he spoke to the refs, and obviously they come out with their decisions of what they thought the rulings were. So look, we move on. We've got a very important game against Brisbane tomorrow, so that's in the past. And the reality is that we've got 2 players suspended from that game, and we need to make sure that we prepared well this week, and we need to get a good outcome against Brisbane.
Yeah. Did you ever see footage, this supposed handball from Tim Payne, the footage they originally have? Because we never obviously.
Yeah, the footage was sent through. It's still, for me, still not clear enough. And I think it hits him in the sleeve. So, look, at the end of the day, the referees make a call. There's VAR to back him up, and the decision was upheld. So, look, sometimes we don't agree with the decision, but we live with the decision.
Yeah, do you think we need to be able to hear the VAR process?
I think it'd be nice to know what's happening, like other sports, when they do go through it. But sometimes it's a little bit frustrating because we don't know what's happening, what angle they've seen, or what the communication is at that time. So maybe that's a process that we need to look at as well. Yeah,
because you are a fan of VAR otherwise, or are you changing your mind?
No, look, VAR is there to protect the referee and the decisions that they make. They make it in seconds. They make it the decision live, and then VAR is there to back them up whether they've made a mistake or not. So it's very important the person sitting in that booth makes the right call and the processes are right, because I think we get lost in looking for one thing rather than looking at are we going through the right process to get the right outcome.
Yeah, and how much will you miss BK as a top goal scorer?
Yeah, BK's done well since he's come in for us. He scores goals and he assists, so look, he'll be a massive loss for us. But we've got players that will step in and take that role, and opportunities arise for players when players are injured or suspended.
Yeah, what are you sort of thinking in terms of who replaces him? I guess you've got a few different options.
Yeah, we've got Jan that can play there. We've got Oldie that can play there as well. Oldie hasn't had enough probably training in his legs to start the game and go through the full 90. But look, we'll make a decision on what we think is best for the team. Yeah,
and do you feel like that one, if the referee boss come out and said it's harsh, the fact that not only did he get sent off and miss the end of the game, but he's now suspended, do you feel like the punishment sort of outweighs the crime?
Yeah, look, it's never ideal. The fact is that we have to live with the decision that's been made. The call that the referee made live within the game. The problem is like you say, the player is still suspended and misses a game from a misjudgment of the official. Look, the reality is the rules or regulations are set to protect those ones that make those decisions. So there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, because you couldn't, with a second yellow, can you appeal those ones, or
I'm not too sure. You have to ask Gilly. That's our director of football. You can't appeal it. He's nodding his head's going side to side. So, look, like I say, it's a decision that they make live. Do referees want to make mistakes? No, I believe they don't. But like I say, sometimes we're all human. We do make mistakes. Players make plenty of mistakes within the game. It happens. It'd be great if we could have some consistency in these decisions that don't really influence in the outcome of the game.
If all goes to plan, how far away has Ben Old from being able to start or play a full 90?
Yeah, look, Oldie's obviously had the hernia up. We got him on legs this week and last week. The week before he was modified, and we still included him in the game day squad. And this week he's had a full week, which is great for us. So the hardest thing is when you're injured, we don't have a competition underneath us to give players game time. The reality is we need to win games, and we need players that are 100% fit to be able to do that as well. And we try to, hopefully we can slowly try to incorporate him and give him minutes in his legs where he gets to a certain point. And look, at the end of the day, it comes down to performance as well. Players need to go out there and perform and earn their spot.
How fast are you looking to replace Ben Waine as well? Obviously stocks are pretty good at the moment, but is that still back in mind?
Yeah, we had a discussion with the board the other day about how we want to move forward with this. Our thoughts are in the sense that I think we're all good up front at the moment, even though Wayne has left. And look, for us, he was a great player to have. Whether he started or he came off the bench, I think it was quite influential. But the reality is, I think the thought process is if we do decide to bring in somebody, we probably look in the back line to give us that depth.
Are you looking to do that?
Well, we're going through a process now whether we think it's the right call to do, or if we can manage with what we have at the moment.
Yeah, and any update on your All Whites application?
Nothing at the moment.
Is that frustrating, this sort of dragging?
No, not really. It is what it is. Obviously, they need to go through their processes of what they believe is the best way to find the next candidate for the job. So it is what it is.
And anyone during the week not available to?
Just the two suspended players.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Brisbane and how they've gone so far this season?
Yeah, Brisbane are a good squad. They're a difficult squad to break down. They're probably, when we look at the analysis, they're probably second behind Sydney in the long ball stats. They're a team that's quite direct. They're a team that like to defend, and they defend well as a unit. And they haven't conceded a lot of goals this season. They changed their formation twice this season, where he's gone into a back four, but I think he's preferred the back five system more often. So it's not going to be an easy game. It's a game where I think we need to be patient with the ball and try to break them down and make sure we stop them on the counter, because they've got some quick players up front with Mile Uznic playing up front. So it's very important that we're focused, and we may have a lot of the ball in this game, and we're just going to make sure that we can capitalise on the opportunities that we create against a team that hasn't conceded a lot of goals.